A wise man once said the most important step to any journey is the beginning, but he forgot to mention the hardest part, finishing. My partner Zee and I embarked on this journey almost 6 months ago now. There's never been a limit to my dreams and imagination. So at the outset of this project, I envision making this into a large-scale production, with a director, several cinematographers, and a separate editor. Then this funny little thing called life happened. Our director took off to film in Europe for the rest of the year, and my girlfriend and I had our first child. So we ended up finishing right where we began. Just me and Z, executing on the original idea, learning how to fill several roles as we went along the way. The commute to the studio for me is like the calm before the storm. I'm just always thinking of ways to how to make the session run smoother, the type of equipment Z and I may need, and the things we can do just to accommodate the band and make them more comfortable to get the best performance out of them. The first band we went in with for this project was Jodi.
Jodi is actually a really nice indie band that opens for a lot of gigs. I've heard them quite a few times, and with Human, it's quite the same as their other tracks, I'd say. So in terms of mixing, I didn't stray too much away from the other elements from their other tracks that I've mixed. I've kept it quite, relatively the same, like very consistent. I've kept it very consistent in terms of mixing style. We used the school kit, and we had a problem with the snare, so I just did quite a bit of tuning and editing on the snare, but I just wanted to keep it nice, clean, and natural again, but also with their type of style, it seems really airy and wavy, so I actually put quite a bit of delays and reverb just to keep with the airiness of the track and the whole vibe of Jodi. Yeah, it's heaps laid back. It's a cool track.
Left all behind. Don't you see that now we're just human? Don't you see that now we're just human? Man. New doors, but on a new show. Blow won't ease the pain I felt. Attention is coming my way. I still can't get laid unless she's blind. Now we're just human. Don't you see that now we're just human. Don't you see that now we're just human? Don't you see that now we're just human, man, man.
On Home, I think with that one, I just really want to try to keep the vibe of like the indie rock band that they have going on, but I still want to make it have a little groove. Like that's just, if you hear in the tracks, it's just my mixing style. I like to really focus on the bottom end, like the relationship between the kick and the bass, and try to really get the song grooving, but also not take away from what the band did when they're actually in the room laying it down. So I think on that one, I mean, I really just went in and tried to get everything to gel together. I think on the original mix, I had it to where I paid a little bit too much attention to the bass. So the bass was kind of sitting over the top of everything. So I came back in my other revisions and just pulled the bass down a lot to try to get it to just sit in the pocket. But I mean, I really like the feel of that one. With the vocals on Home, we ended up bringing in Matt for a second recording to do the vocals, but I actually ended up using the original ones that we recorded on the day.
not too much to say about Light Bulb. It's very similar to Human. It's got a lot of good vocals in there, quite a bit of reverb on the vocals because it is quite a dreamy song, in my opinion. There's a lot of elements going on. We DI'd the guitar actually, and it sounds really cut and clean. I didn't put any delays on that because I wanted to make it contrast against the other elements. But other than that, Light Bulb was a really fun song to actually record. Because when we were in the DM that night recording it, everyone had a really good vibe with each other. We put them all in the same room and just told them to play or whatever. And we hit record and that's what came out of it.
So I can do both me and you. Ever wonder why the lights don't work? Evening tales with that evil smirk. Floating on a light bulb, there's no place I'd rather be. Don't spin out of wavelength like a distant memory. Floating on a light bulb, I was floating on a light bulb, I was on a light bulb like a distant memory. Spinning records, sings lullabies, so we can fly. Bed is cold, so I can do both me and you. Ever wonder why the lights don't work? There's no place I'd rather be. Don't spin out of wavelength like a distant memory. Floating on a light bulb, I was floating on a light bulb. I was floating on a light bulb like a distant memory.
The next band we worked with is Uptown Monk. These are two of my favorite musicians, but not only that, just two of my favorite guys in the world. Just real awesome, down-to-earth guys, great musicians, but even better people. I'm really glad they're able to come in and help me out on this documentary. They actually talked about the songs and their origins in their own words as well. So that's always fun to see the insight and see how they created the songs and what they're thinking while they were going along creating them as well. So without further ado, here's Jonathan and Clinton from Uptown Monk.
That is a little piece that I was playing. It's got all the abstract part at the beginning and then it goes into a real beautiful little melody. Can't sleep tonight, won't win the fight, can't sleep tonight. I think it's just connecting with that experience and I think everybody has at some degree of not being able to sleep. you know, whether they've had too much coffee or troubled emotionally or whatever. And I was telling Cliffy about, I mean, my experiences in Europe in places in the summer, such as Amsterdam or even Munich, Germany, where, you know, 11 o'clock at night, the sun's still pouring in your window and you're meant to be going to sleep. And then, of course, you know, well, the extreme would be, I suppose, what would it be? Probably places like Iceland or somewhere like that, where there is really no dark.
One when the fight can't sleep tonight. One when the fight can't sleep tonight. Well, when the fight can't sleep tonight. Well, when the fight can't sleep
said to Jonathan, well, let's remember to be minimal. Let's remember to play space and let the songs organically unfold. And so I think Jonathan was already sitting at the piano when I came back in. I was a little bit late coming back from dinner. And I just felt his presence in that moment of those series of takes that we did there, that he was in an extremely creative space and he was ready to explore the abstract and to really connect to our instruments and really try and create something that has emotion and I think that speaks beyond words, that connects musically and on an emotional level. And you were just what I call in the zone. He was in the zone. He had his hoodie on. I didn't even know if he had headphones on or not, but he had his hoodie on and he was just in a I'm ready to create mode. He was in create mode.
In my dreams, there's perhaps a bit more of a feeling of, in my dreams, I can go anywhere in my dreams, I can be anything I want in my dreams, and sort of feeling that you can escape into another world that's perhaps even more preferable to this one. But there are references in the sort of more spoken word rap section. At times I feel so peaceful, so scared, I try to run but I can't get anywhere. That feeling where you try and run but you can't. All these crazy voices in my head, scary monsters around my bed. So yeah, it's sort of got the scary monsters in it, but it's basically that beautiful aspect of dreaming and entering a world, and there's a bit of quirkiness in it and a bit of the childhood perspective of the scary monsters.
I guess from a musical point of view, it's probably one of the more jazz-like pieces that we actually play. I guess that's probably because Jonathan wrote that a fair while before our project. It's a song that he's had in his repertoire. I remember I watched you play it when I was a young student of yours, and I watched your other bands go play that song.
In my dream, I see many places. In my dreams, in my dreams, I see many faces. In my dreams, I can go anywhere I want. In my dreams, I can be anything I want. In my dreams, I see your face, so beautiful. In my dreams, times I feel so peaceful, so scared. I try to run, but I can't get anywhere. All these monsters round my bed, these scary voices in my head. When I wake with such a fright. I can't remember where I was last night. One thing I tell you, hey, for sure, hey, I'm gonna sleep, dream so long.
gotta get the shot though. Cause that'll be good at the end. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Problems.
Yeah. Where do we start? Like, it was something that we felt like was gonna be like a cool challenge and stuff to take on. I think originally we started off and we wanted to do like I had like this whole vision of doing like a big, huge grand production and bringing in like a bunch of like outside people and hiring a director, getting editors.
We had an ad on Star Now, man.
Yeah.
Like we had a like legit everything. We had an ad on Star Now, and like people were actually applying for it. But the thing is, it's really hard to like coordinate your schedules and actually get people in on time, and just everything happened at once, and it was just really hard to coordinate with each other. So we thought it would be just easier working.
Well, it was partly my fault too, like having a baby like in between, like
Bloody hell, Mike.
yeah, my bad. Sorry, but ended up having a newborn, and really like that took away a lot of my time for the project.
Also just time managing everything this trimester. It's like with the internships and like other classes we have to do, plus this major work thing we're doing. It all gone the way, plus life in general. So I think there were a lot of problems encountered in this actually. Like,
I guess it is one takeaway for the post-mortem, which is always like my main takeaway is time management.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like it's hard to know what to prioritize. Like, yeah, you want to prioritize this project, but just like she was saying, you have a job, have a kid now, you have life and stuff. And I'm happy with the way it turned out. I mean, of course, I think I would have liked to have like a legit like camera crew and stuff follows around because we could have got more shots.
Exactly.
But I still feel like we ended up with like with some pretty good stuff to use, and I think the mix is like that's our strong point.
Yeah.
So that wasn't like the main problem. Actually, like finishing up the songs, I think it was more so
it was just this
stuff right here, like the documentary and the filming of it. It was way more of a challenge. Like you could take today for instance. Like we literally just came in to record just some quick stuff like that you've seen earlier with us talking about the bands, just on the technical side before. But we ran into so many issues just trying to do this one thing. Like you guys can't see it off camera, but we have like this funky like
should I swivel them
like
up?
nah, because we probably have another problem because we try to get it back in frame, so we should keep it. But it's this funky light we have over here that we tried to get set up. Like we got the first light, and that one was like not working properly. Like the bulb or something was out, so we had to change that. And then we're like, oh, we want to get good audio, so like. Can we plug like lapel mics directly into what's the thing yet? Can we plug one of these like directly into the camera? And how does that work out? And we plugged into the camera and they had like a bunch of like white noise and crap, probably because of the preamp and the actual camera itself. So I think the second thought was I was like, I'll get a Zoom, and we're recording. A Zoom is like a little portable field recorder.
Let me just get it quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like fuck.
Yeah, but she's like we'll put it into the thing that Zee's holding. We'll put it into the Zoom, and we'll get sound out of that. We'll get some great sound from the Zoom. We're like, well, what? And then we got like a little feedback from the guys at desk. It's like, you guys got a perfectly good console behind you in the studio. What are you guys using for? As a backdrop? Why don't you plug directly into that, and then record the audio from that into our Pro Tools system over here, which is what we ended up doing. But it took us about an hour, right? About an hour. Before we even got around to that. Like, if you look at the time right now, we're 2 minutes over our time in the studio, so hopefully nobody shows up. But
we entered the studio at 12:30. It's now 2:03.
Right.
And we only recorded, let's say, 5 minutes of footage altogether?
an hour and a half of setup. Yeah.
So, we're not lighting in video guys, but at the same time, it's so simple.
Yeah.
But we just couldn't do it in the time frame because lots of stuff went wrong.
Right. But I mean, I think it was more video stuff. Cause even thinking back on the sessions, like throughout the sessions, it was like small like things that happened, but that was just like routing and stuff. It was stuff that normally happens in a recording session that we can get our head around.
Yeah.
So we're able to sort that out. What do you think like from the sessions? Was it anything like crazy that was like difficult?
There wasn't anything too crazy about the sessions. It was just simple things like patch bays and routing and all that. But other than that, the sessions went pretty well. I think it's just all the stuff in between.
Right, I definitely.
Stuff in between.
I mean, I definitely want to thank the bands for like coming out and helping us out. Like major shout out to like Jodi
and Uptown Monk
and Uptown Monk for really coming in and helping us out with this project, because they could have been just like the guys we were trying to get for the film crew side. They could have just bailed on us and not did it. We wouldn't have really had a project. We probably ended up recording ourselves, which turned out all right because I'm pretty good. But
Yeah.
I'm joking.
Wow.
Um,
Your time.
Anything else with the session? I'm just
Anything
saying,
else?
it wasn't anything crazy, anything other technical.
Well, you know what? To be
crazy,
honest,
yeah.
this whole experience
Yeah.
with the major project actually summed up our whole experience at SAE. We keep saying time management is the main issue, and we still keep stuffing up.
I think it's a creative problem. Like I think,
Yeah.
think of myself as a creative person. I think Z feels the same way, and I think that's just one of the things because it's like we want to do so much stuff, but
There's no time to do
but there's
it.
no time, and you got a regular life and regular jobs and stuff.
Life doesn't allow for
outside
it.
of that. And,
Yeah, just life
yeah.
in general doesn't allow for you to have a mega creative life because you just want
Right.
to sit down and do it and knock it out, but you know things get in the way and time shifts and everything, so you know it's a journey, I guess.
Yeah, but we'll wrap it up because we're rambling right now. But thanks guys for checking out the project and coming into our exhibition.
Thanks.
Hopefully everything was cool, and you can check out the video that you just seen here is available on YouTube, and then we'll have the individual songs up on SoundCloud as well. There'll be a link
Check 'em out.
somewhere around here for that. Thanks guys. See you.
Thanks.